Hi. Okay, here incoming corny intro. Sorry that I disappeared for 2 months. That was literally not supposed to happen. Thank you for tuning in today. Today I will be talking about my quarter two of 2025, my most listened to music and songs that I would like to inform you about. If you had not really kind of estimated what I've been listening to so far. Anyway, I just before we get into it, I do want to give like a slight disclaimer or just a little life update. Let me put it like that because I did see that my subscriber count has gone over 100, which I'm obviously really happy about. But that did also mean that my last two videos did really well. And I was inadvertently kind of feeling the pressure. Besides that, I had to move house. I won't get into too much personal information because that's not what we're here to talk about. But yeah, my life is just kind of crazy at the moment. I don't have a job. I'm looking for one, but it's not really. I mean, if you're looking for a job, if you have been looking for a job in the last 2 years and you know exactly what I'm talking about, I don't really have to get into it. But yeah, it's just really hard. So, besides that, I've moved in with my boyfriend because my lease was ending, and because I don't have a job, it was really hard to find a new house. My boyfriend is very lovely and I love him very much, and he offered for me to come live with him. And we're having a great time so far. I've lived here for about 2 weeks now, and yeah, it's great. I'm really settling in. I'm really enjoying it. But yeah, other than that, just a lot of like personal stuff just going on, and just my life just being kind of crazy. It's been like really tired from moving, and just to have some money to get by. I've been doing like more like flex work and stuff like that, but whatever. So that is my reason why I have not been uploading as much. I really sincerely apologize because I know that there's a few of you out there that enjoy watching my videos, and I'm sure that you've gotten quite accustomed to me uploading every week or at least every 2 weeks. But yeah, I want to get back into it, but just a little life update as well. I'm going on vacation in about a month. I think I already alluded to that just now because I was doing flex work, but yeah, I'm just genuinely really excited. I'm going to Asia for the first time because I was a broke bestie literally all my life, and I'd never left Europe before. So yeah, I'm going to Thailand and I'm going to South Korea and I'm going to China. And I'm going with my boyfriend and with some of my friends, and that's like a trip, like a week in every country, and I'm super excited. So yeah, I'll have to adjust my uploading schedule a little bit to like the flex work that I'm doing and whatnot, and to my vacation. I do have some really good ideas. But yeah, I'm still settling into my new place and getting a place to film and stuff like that. And obviously I have to wait until my boyfriend's not home because otherwise he's just going to like make noise and stuff like that, which is fine. It is fine. I do love him very much. This is his house after all. Like, he can make noise, but you know, when you're recording a podcast, you do kind of need it to be quiet. Anyway, let me take a sip of my drink. You guys, I did miss you. I did. And I also would like to know how you have been doing. I hope your life has been less chaotic and more I don't want to say happy, that's really dramatic, but less chaotic than my life for sure. And I would love to know how you're doing, so please leave me a comment. How are you doing? Okay, let's get into the music. You guys are so excited. I'm so excited to talk about this. I always love yapping about my own music taste. It's actually crazy. Hold on, let me click. I need to see how long I've been going for. 4 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. I would say that's not too bad. Okay, so obviously if you watch my channel, then you would know that I am a avid K-pop listener. So of course I'm going to be talking about some K-pop as well. Not just K-pop. There was obviously some very monumental releases that are included in this list. But yeah, there is some K-pop in here, so I always have my episode timestamped, so if you don't listen to K-pop, you don't really care, you don't know, you can skip ahead. I'm going to start talking about regular music. I was like, so weird to call it that because like K-pop is regular music, but like the average like music listener doesn't look at it that way. Anyway, let's get started. Look, I am a Kai truther, okay? Like, I am not an XOL whatsoever. I'm not even an SM stan, but I love me some Kai. That man came out of the military and I was already like rubbing my hands together, just so excited for whatever that man was going to do next. I loved that Peaches project that he did, and then I got into his discography as a whole. Like, I love that. Is that album just called I think it is. I love all of those songs on that record, and I just love his whole discog. I love his whole vibe. I love the songs that they make for him, and I just think that he has such like a recognizable voice and sound and style that is really, really nice to see on a K-pop soloist. And I do think he's one of a kind. This Wait on Me mini album, what is it? Is it a mini album? Hold on. I have to fact check myself, you know? Where is it? Did I not save it? Oh my god, guys, this is already going wrong. Oh, I did add it. Yeah, it's a mini album. Okay. Did I say that? Yeah, I was gonna say EP. Yeah, I loved it, first of all, but this is a little bit more Afrobeats. Obviously, like every artist that wants to exude a little bit more sexiness goes for an Afrobeats thing. I would love to see something that's a little bit more playful using Afrobeats. Tinnitus by TXT is a good example. It's so crazy, I mentioned that in my last video as well. Yeah, that's a little bit more playful. I love what that song is about as well, but we're not here to talk about that. No, my favorite songs on this album were obviously the title track. Oh my god, I'm so addicted to the title track, guys. I just love the like kind of dark energy that it has. Like, it's not really supposed to be a dark song. It doesn't really sound dark at the slightest, but I mean, like, the lyrics aren't dark at all. It's like a romantic song. But you guys, I love that little bridge, where the instrumental bridge, where the siren in the back just kind of goes off. Like, girl, I'm always vibing to that fucking song. I love that song. So if you're looking for a good summer banger, definitely whip out Wait on Me by Kai. And just the whole mini album is just really good. The other song I really like is Walls Don't Talk. And that's what I mean with Walls Don't Talk. Definitely has like a little bit more of like an upbeat, peppy kind of vibe to it. And I just said that I wanted that. Anyway, I need to stop contradicting myself. Yeah, anyway, just if you're into Afrobeats and you want to try something new, I would definitely recommend this album because it's just such a good fit. And obviously I have to give the obligatory, he's so hot and sexy. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so next, here's my first Western pop thing that I want to talk about. Now, I want to give a little disclaimer. I'm going to be talking about Virgin by Lorde. And I think if you watch my videos, then you know that I am a long-time Lorde listener. I was not too crazy on Solar Power. It's funny because I saw someone else say that the only song that they revisit from that album is Mood Ring. For me, that is Mood Ring and The Path. I love The Path. I think that's such a beautiful and gorgeous song. Like, I come back to that quite often. But yeah, I watched so much content around the release of this album because I just think Lorde is a really interesting person. And I thought it was really interesting to hear that she felt like that album was a little bit disingenuous, even though it was something that she felt like she needed to make in order to get to the point where she was at the Girl So Confusing feature and stuff like that. Which inadvertently led to her doing Virgin. And first of all, can we just talk about the album cover? I mean, how many people didn't talk about the album cover? But like, besides Sabrina, foreshadowing, when was the last time we discussed an album cover that much? You know what I mean? I thought that was genuinely so well done. And there's so many things about it that I didn't even notice. Like, I didn't notice the IUD up until much later. And people were talking about what the white splotches were as well. And Lorde's bush was a topic of conversation. Like, you know what I mean? When was the last time that everything surrounding an album was so, like, majorly discussed? I just genuinely think that that's really interesting. I think the marketing of this album was pretty well done, even though a lot of people were sleeping on it a little bit. And I'll get into that. I think right now is a good time to get into that. And I'll just talk about my favorite songs. But first, I have to say that it took me a while to understand this album, because I listened to it in the car because I was moving house. So I bought a car last month because I wanted to move my stuff slowly because I was moving in with my boyfriend, right? Excuse me. I wanted to move my stuff slowly, so I had a lot of downtime listening to music in the car. But if you haven't listened to Version by Lorde yet and you drive a lot, unless you have a good sound system, don't listen to it in the car. Like, it's just not the place, it's not the vibe, it's not, like, I listened to that album like 5 times before I realized, like, okay, well, this is not the type of album that I should be listening to on, like, speakers. It is definitely a headphone album. And especially near the end of the album, the channels start doing interesting things, and you just really need to be wearing headphones for, like, the intimate experience that it provides. So my favorite songs on the album were Hammer. I definitely think that was more of, like, the vibe from Lorde that I always wanted. Again, the music video with that is also so amazing. Like, I love the bit where she's, like, in the net, like the net hammock. I thought that was so, like, artsy and beautiful and well done, and, like, something, like, a side of her that I've always wanted to see. Like, now that she's old enough, like, she's, like, about a year older than me, it's just really cool to see how she's, like, as a grown woman. And that was my first gripe with this album. Like, I don't want this to come across as criticism, but I just thought, like, the move towards, like, oh yeah, now I'm older, so I have to be more serious, it was a little bit obvious. Let me just put it like that. And I also just, and I don't mean that as an insult. I just mean that as, like, an observation. But yeah, I prefer it, like, whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So my favorite songs were Hammer, What Was That, Broken Glass, and If She Could See Me Now. I think those songs all kind of exude this vibe that I really like from Lorde, when she leans into that more, like, electronic stuff that she was doing on Melodrama as well. I think it just really fits her. I think it works really well. However, knowing what I know about the album now is that they basically, like, made it like that as, like, scaffolding. I think that's literally, like, what the word that she used. She wanted to use the bare minimum to have a structure to surround those songs, which are super personal. Like, if you talk about Broken Glass, for example, it's just about an eating disorder, which obviously is a really heavy topic, and it's really hard to write a song about that. And just in general, growing up and just realizing that you're changing, and having to deal with very serious things in your life, and just kind of, like, turning that into art. Like, I'm sure that for her it was a really, really cathartic experience, and that's why I really enjoyed listening to it on headphones. If you take one thing away from this video, if you're going to listen to Virgin by Lorde, listen to it on headphones. So please, I'm begging you. And I did really enjoy it, and I do think it's something that I will, like, continue to digest slowly, and come back to from time to time, because I do feel like I was really confused because she uploaded a picture of herself crying on, like, a bathroom floor. Like, what was that? Pun intended. But what was that? Like, genuinely, was it because she was really upset about the album? Allegedly, like, everybody was just kind of walking all over it. Like, do you know what? I felt like people didn't really get it. But it does, how do I say this? What word do I use? It does confirm my belief, yes, that most people are just not willing to open up. and they're not willing to be that honest with themselves. Like, the album cover is literally an X-ray. Like, we're looking inside of her body. And it's just a general, like, really honest and open album. And I think a lot of people aren't ready for that because they don't want to be that open and honest with themselves. I genuinely believe that. Anyway, great start, like, finisher on that one. Okay, the order on this is not intentional. Just saying. But I'm going to be talking about some more K-pop. And of course, it's going to be obvious what I'm going to be talking about. Man, I fucking love Dub by P1 Harmony. Oh. In Dutch, we have a saying that you can say when you listen to music a lot, because it insinuates that because you listen to like a vinyl record so much, it's gone grey. I listen to it absolutely going grey. Helemaal grijs gedraaid. Yeah, I fucking loved it. Like, obviously, I've watched that video a couple times after I released it. And it was so funny to see how, like, you know, for example, Over and Over. By the time that song was over, I was actually like kind of like meh, you know what I mean? But that song really grew on me. I really love that song, and especially having read the translations. Here's my European accent, guys. I don't know where to take my accent sometimes. When reading the translations, it was really interesting to see what some of the songs were about, like especially that one. It was just about them working hard and doing the same thing over and over again, but like not giving up and just going ahead and doing it. I thought that was really cool and admirable. The best song on that album still is Work, though. It is Work. Come on, like, they were doing overtime when they were making that song. Like, Jongseop really ate. Fucking love that song. Obviously the title track's really, really good as well, and I haven't gotten tired of it. I'm sure they have. Sorry. They were doing so many fan signs. Oh my god, they must have. That song's not even been out for 2 months, and they already performed it for like what? I don't fucking know, like over 100 times. That's insane. Whatever. So like, I hope they love it. It's such a good title track. I really still think that it deserves more. It deserves more love, but like in general, like hip hop heavy, boom bap heavy title tracks in K-pop don't really do that well, which is really sad. But I think they pulled it off so well. Like, every member was shining, every member was visible. I just really, really enjoyed this comeback. I got all the albums. And again, like, I've never witnessed a comeback where I genuinely bought all the versions because I genuinely wanted them. And that's really impressive, if you ask me. So yeah, P1 Harmony, I know you're not listening, but if you're listening, keep working, babes. I'm so proud of you. Like, genuinely, so far. Sorry, I've just been studying this group for such a long time. It's so awesome to see that they've become million sellers, and it's just so... I'm just so proud. And like, they were always going to disband at one point, allegedly. So yeah, I'm just really happy to see how well they're doing, how much they challenge themselves, and I hope they get enough rest as well. Kyo was in Thailand. I love that. I just want them all to have some little more time off, and to also just kind of, you know, look at their work from a distance and not be at work all the time. I think that would be good for them. And yeah. Love you, P1 Harmony. Mwah. Okay, next. This is like, it feels like such a 180 in regards to what we can talk about. We had so many different genres so far. Like Afrobeats, K-pop. We had alternative pop. We had boom bap heavy, rap heavy K-pop. And now we're going to talk about Never Enough by TURNSTILE. You guys, if you don't like hardcore punk music, or, you know, just hardcore pop punk, I don't even know what you would call that. Let me just Google that right now. But if you're not listening to that, you're missing out. You're missing out. I guess it is hardcore, because their website's literally called hardcore.eu. Hardcore punk bands. Yeah. I love this album. I love Glow On in general. I just wanted to... I should have put that in here as well, but now that I'm thinking about it, because for me, Glow On is a hot weather album. As soon as the weather gets really hot and I'm like kind of sweating and I have to cycle somewhere and the sun is shining, that's always the album that I put on. And I think that is because I was at Pukopop a few years ago and I saw them, and I was doing that thing where you check the lineup and then all these bands you like kind of know, like you check out their most recent release before you go to the show, and just to be a little bit more familiar, and especially because if you really like a band, then you get to see them live right after you get into them. So I did that, and I love Glow On so much. I think that's such a good album. And I was really, really happy to see that when they released Seeing Stars and Birds in the music video, that it was just kind of going to explore those themes more, you know, because they have this really interesting combination of hardcore music, hardcore punk, with almost a dreamy, synth heavy sound, and it becomes so, I don't want to say like synth pop, or I genuinely do not know what to call it. It's just very dreamy. It's very airy, heavenly, the way that they use their synths. And I would definitely recommend, if you're not familiar with TURNSTILE at all, to just watch the Never Enough Glastonbury performance. What's also cool about that is that they changed the key to one higher. And usually singers don't do that because it's harder to sing the key higher. They usually change it to be lower because then it's easier to sing, right? But Brendan Yates doesn't care about that. So yeah, I'm genuinely like, that's, and my favorite thing is as well, when you're an artist and you have a new show at a festival or whatever, that you open your show with the first song on the new album. And they did that. Like, they come on stage and then they immediately play that new song from the new album. Track number 1. You guys, anyway, this was such a good album. I love that it kept exploring those like dreamy vibes from Glow On as well, because where they had that blood orange feature, it was just genuinely so interesting and cool. And yeah, also, like, I just have to talk about their band lineup as well. That is the most diverse band I've ever seen, and I think that is so awesome. Like, we need more TURNSTILE. Like, I need TURNSTILE to become one of the most famous bands in the world right now. Just because those people, like that group of people leading the change in the hardcore punk scene, would be awesome, because that would just open the doors to so many more people of different backgrounds opening up to that music genre. And that's awesome. I love that. Anyway, so let's talk about my favorite songs. So my favorite songs were obviously Never Enough. I love Dull. And I think the standout track on this album is Look Out For Me, because I just looked at the runtime of that track, and it's almost 7 minutes. And it's, again, it just goes in, it has this really like upbeat, hardcore, classic TURNSTILE section, and then it just again goes into that synthy, breathy, airy, heavenly, elongated outro. And it just feels like you're floating. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. And it sounds like on paper it shouldn't work, but they totally make it work. And yeah, I love that song. It's called Look Out For Me. You should definitely check it out. And just, again, if you like hardcore punk and you like it to be a little bit more experimental and into a direction that you wouldn't really expect, definitely just start this album track 1. Listen to it all the way through, because it's just genuinely so good. And again, the single that they made into, or 2 songs that they made into one single, I would say, because they had it combined in the music video, Seeing Stars and Birds. Oh, and when they played Birds live, just to see the crowd go crazy is just so, it's so fucking awesome. Like, I really want to scream right now, but I can't. Because I just don't want to pop my microphone. Okay, so yeah, the last 3 months, it was not really that exciting in terms of albums. Which is a bit disappointing for me, because I love albums. I feel like last time I had more albums to talk about. So we're just gonna get into some songs, and here we are arriving at the foreshadowing, and let's start talking about that album cover, that notorious album cover as well. And I was considering making a whole video about this, but I just know I'm going to piss too many people off, and I need to like be really smart about how I do it. And then if I hide it in a podcast episode like this, then it's fine. Anyway, but I love Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter. You know, the first time I heard about that song was when I saw somebody's conversation posted on Twitter of like, you guys have bad news. This Manchild is not the song with summer. Like, you know, like I hate it when a song gets branded like that so early on when it comes out. For me, it was definitely something like when I just got my car and I was driving around, I had the windows down. Like, I was just like, I need the whole world to know that I'm blasting this fucking song right now. But just genuinely, also the music video for that. The music video for that is so amazing. And it's just so well done. It looks like absolute cinema. I'm holding up my hands right now, like the meme. That was just so fun. I think the melody in that song is perfect. I think she carried it super well, and I think it's a super good commentary on, you know, everything that's being put on women to solve men's issues. I think she's just hitting the nail right on the head. And I'm genuinely really excited for the album. So yeah, let's talk about that infamous album cover, shall we? Look, I am pretty woke, right? I'm definitely left-leaning, but I'm not woke enough for the wokies, you know? And this is definitely one of those things where I noticed that everything's going into shoehorn mode, right? You know, I watch Hassan. Do I always agree with what Hassan says? No, but in this instance, I really think he encapsulated it very well. Is that censoring art is bad? Censoring art is bad, guys. You know, we're not living in a fascist state. We shouldn't be telling women what to do with their album cover. And, okay, so here's my personal opinion about the album cover, right? First of all, she looks sexy. She looks so good. And, you know, everybody was saying, like, oh yeah, it's supposed to be, like, a reference to pin-up advertisements, propaganda for how women should be acting in front of their husbands and at home, and how women need to be tamed and look, the man in the picture is faceless, right? How many times have we seen women being objectified for their body without a face? In art, in museums, in music videos, in advertisements, and like the list goes on, really, right? What I thought was interesting about that album cover is how the man doesn't have a face. Like, we don't see his face. We don't see his facial expression. We don't see if he's laughing. We don't see if he's angry. We don't see if he's upset about it, which he wouldn't be, of course. But I thought I saw that in the same way. Do you know what I mean? I saw that as like a caricature of what a sexist man is like. And that might just be me. I know that's just genuinely me because I didn't see anyone else on the internet talking about that. And you would absolutely get dragged if you say something like that. But yeah, like, it's just really upsetting that we're so afraid of saying what we really think, and we'd rather go with the mob or rage bait on purpose to get clicks and likes and interaction. Rage bait has genuinely ruined the internet, guys. That is my... But like, everybody, like, I can't even have like a serious opinion without people thinking that I'm rage baiting. So yeah, take this as rage bait. If you want to, leave a comment. But no, like, that is just genuinely how I felt about it. And again, if you listen to the song and if you listen to the lyrics and what the song is about, then I think that message from the album cover is quite obvious. I saw an alternative cover as well with a puppy. And that one had like a collar and then it said man's best friend or something on it. You know, regardless of all of this backlash, I'm excited for the album. Roast those motherfucking men, Sabrina. I am set. If Sabrina has no lovers, I am dead. Okay? Okay. I've been talking about this for a really long time. We're hitting half an hour already. Okay, this song is not from this year. But I had to have a little moment talking about it because it was kind of having a moment on TikTok again. But it was Love Me Not by Ravyn Lanae. That is such a cute song. Again, I was blasting that in the car so many times, and you hear it everywhere. Like, you hear it in restaurants, you hear it in shops, and it's kind of getting the viral TikTok song treatment, but it's genuinely such a good song. It's so catchy, and I love her tone of voice. Like, I think it's so original and interesting. I think she's really cool as well. I watched the music video for Love Me Not, and I listened to that album. It was just not really for me. I would have wanted more songs like Love Me Not. It's a little bit more slow and a lot of slow burn in some cases, I would say. And I feel like I'm not really the target group, but that's okay. I still love this song. I just wanted to mention it. And obviously, I feel like maybe a lot of people would be upset when I said, "Oh, this last 3 months wasn't really that good for albums," but now I am talking about PinkPantheress. Look, that album, it was just too short for me. Sorry. And I know that she gets criticized for her short songs as well, which is fine. I'm fine with the fact that the album was short, and I'm fine with the fact that her songs are short in general. But I think it's just a personal taste thing. You know, I was literally just talking about that Turnstile song. That's almost 7 minutes. You know what I mean? I love a long song. So I think Stateside in general is a longer song as well. Let me check. Yeah, almost 3 minutes. Almost the longest song on this album. Yeah, the longest song is Tonight. Then It's Nice to Know You. And I guess Illegal is having a little bit of a moment, right? And I'm happy for her about that. But, you know, she's had so many viral songs, so she knows how to do that. She knows what to put in there to make sure that she has a viral song. Like, I love Stateside. Like, I just genuinely think that when, like, the first verse ends and it goes into, like, that super, like, bassy section, it has that little drum and bass vibe. It's not, like, a verbatim drum and bass song, but it definitely has that, like, UK drum and bass influence, which I really like. And I just still like her in general, right? I thought the album was good, but was it really my thing? Not really. Was I really playing it till it's great? No. But I do love Stateside. And the reason I just wanted to talk about 2 songs is also because I loved Close to You, which is not on the album, but they made a music video and everybody on Twitter was talking about that. And you know, when they start clipping stuff on Twitter, it's usually good. That music video is so beautiful. If you love a good music video, watch that one. It was so reminiscent of Unwritten by Natasha Bedingfield. And she's just genuinely the only artist that does Y2K justice. And I think I've said enough about that. Check it out. Close to You by PinkPantheress. I have 2 K-pop songs left and then 1 regular Western artist. And I was really pissed the last time that I couldn't talk about this because it was just right on that cusp. It was on the 1st of April that I was really, really enjoying the song. But it's The Chase by Hearts to Hearts. Oh my god, this song is so fucking good. I feel like a lot of people are kind of calling it a sleeper, because it's not really like an upbeat song as opposed to their like first comeback. But I really love this song. Like, I think the sub bass that is kind of like the lead of the beat is so cool. Like, I think it's just so well done. Also, this track was written by Flo. Love that. The song is so good. Like, SM's kind of eating lately. Not that I'm like the biggest SM fan, but they're kind of eating. So yeah. Then I have Rachel Chinouriri with she had this like record store day special that she did, and then she also uploaded it on Tidal. I wouldn't even really call it an EP. Yeah, it's something. It has like a few demos. But I love the opening track on that. Can We Talk About Isaac? It has all of those indie elements that I super love. And it's just such a cute song. It's such a cute song about being in love, and it just captures that essence of like thinking about someone 24/7 really, really well. And it's just so sweet, and I love the outro on it. It's everything about the song is perfect. I'm definitely Rachel Chinouriri is one of those artists that I'm watching because she will have a viral TikTok hit. Like, I'm not doing any negotiating. It is just, that's what it is. Okay, let's wrap it up, guys, as we're at 35 minutes. Oh my god, I'm doing really well, I would say. Okay, the last song that I wanted to talk about, which I added on a whim at the end because I was looking at the playlists that I made and stuff. The Japanese release by STAYC, Lover Killer. Oh my god. You guys, the song is so good. Poppy's crown is kind of slipping. That is such a like a recycled joke. But anyway, I thought this song was genuinely so good. Like, I love the kind of like 2015 pop essence that it has, especially with the millennial woes. Like, does anybody still call it that? But like, I love the melody on the song, and I just love how like casual this release was as well. Like, it didn't really come out with a boomy music video. It didn't really grab too much attention. I didn't really think that was necessary as well, because the song really spoke for itself and everybody was praising it, and that was just great. I love that song. And you guys, I'm going to tickle you a little bit. STAYC comeback this month. It's called I Want It. Please tune in to my STAYC girls. It's going to be so fun. It's going to be the summer release. You guys, I'm really rooting for them. I'm really excited for this comeback, and yeah, please tune in to I Want It by STAYC, because I think it's just going to be a STAYC revival. Like, I really see it being as good as Stereotype and ASAP. I said what I said. Okay, you guys, I'm so happy to be back. I almost want to just start working on my new video right away. And maybe pre-record some videos. I might just like upload a few videos where I don't have my face in it, just because I'm still like working on my setup and my background and stuff. So please bear with me. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm not dead. My life's just kind of hard right now. So please bear with me. Please pray for me. Please send me all of your positive manifestations and yeah, your good thoughts, because I really need them right now. And yeah, thank you for giving me almost 40 minutes of your time. If you made it to the end, please leave a... Oh my god, I didn't talk about ATs. Okay, I'll do that next time, because... Yeah, wait, I'm not sure when it came out. Anyway, I'll talk about that next time. But yeah, if you made it this far, then you should leave a lemon emoji. And again, tell me how you're doing, because I really want to know. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode, and have a good evening, if you're like me, because it's 11:15, or have a good day, have a good morning, and I'll see you next time. Bye.